nachma meuman. Nanach, nachma meuman. Nanach, meuman. Nanach, meuman. Nanach, nachma meuman. Get them on. Nanach, nachma meuman. Lesson number 50, the Rebbe's own words. Rescue myself from my sword and from the clutches of a dog. Anyone who blemishes the covenant is unable to pray in the category of all my bones will say, God, there is none like you. And when one does not pray in the category of all my bones, then a dog descends and consumes one's offering. That is one's prayer. When one prays and tastes the sweetness of the words of prayer, this is called omaaiiinnn, bones will say. But it is impossible to taste the sweetness of prayer unless one has rectified the blemish of the covenant, because what was sweet waters correspond to pure waters, holy seed, guarding the covenants. Whoever is in the category of sweet waters, then his words are sweet and good, and when they emerge from his mouth, and are heard by his ears, as our sages said, make your ears hear the sweet waters, enter his bones as in good tidings, fat in the bone, fat in the bone. When you hear the bones feel the sweetness of the words, this is in the category of all my bones will say. A lion then descends to consume the offering, for bones correspond to a lion, as stated in the Tikkunim number 3. However, one who blemishes the covenant is in the category of bitter waters, as in they could not drink water from mara, literally bitter. The hiss is the bitter waters, impure seed. And one is unable to pray in the category of all my bones will say. And then a dog descends corresponding to the bitter waters and barks, give. This is bitterness which has two sides, corresponding to a double-edged sword, corresponding to Gehenna, which has two daughters that shout, give, that shout, give, that shout, give, as stated there in the Tikkunim. This corresponds to the illness called literally breakage, which causes breakage in a person's bones, caused by damage to the bone marrow. This corresponds to the polluted waters, the bitter waters, for this illness is caused by sexual lust. For this reason we are instructed regarding the Passover sacrifice, do not break any bone of it. And the Zohar states that they cast it to the dogs, which was very disturbing to the Egyptians, so that each individual Israelite would assess himself if his covenant was in order. This is because it is stated regarding the Passover sacrifice, no uncircumcised person shall partake of it. Since the essence of the Passover sacrifice is dependent upon the commandment of circumcision, is known thus when they cast the bones to the dogs, by seeing that the dogs consumed them, they were able to know by seeing that the dogs if the dogs consumed them, they were able to know that the covenant was not in order. This is why the Zohar, in the context of explaining the verse, do not be like a horse and mule, has regarding to the defiling the covenants, it's regarding the conclusion of the verse, that lack understanding the verse. The dogs are brazen, they do not know how to understand. Hence whoever has blemished his covenant should avoid the dogs and the sword. Hence whoever has blemished his covenant should avoid dogs and the sword. Thus rescue my soul from a sword and from the clutches of a dog. But save me from the mouth of a lion. But save me from the mouth of a lion. That is when a lion consumes my offering. This is my salvation. This is why rescue is used. In reference to a sword and a dog, whereas salvation is used in reference to a lion. Nanach, nachma meuman. This is why rescue is used in reference to a sword and a dog, whereas salvation, Yeshua, is used in reference to a lion. And no, the brazen people of a generation are themselves the dogs. As in him, the dogs are brazen, and they are the ones who arise to oppose the prayer of a Jewish person who has yet to completely rectify his covenant. and they are the ones who arise to oppose the prayer of a Jewish person who has yet to completely rectify his covenant. For this reason, our sages said a Torah student who is sitting in a fast, may a dog consume his meal. Certainly, the eating of a tzaddik is precious, for he satiates his holy soul as an a tzaddik eats to satiate his soul. But this Torah student is starving his soul, and he does not know how to satiate his soul. So a dog should eat his meal, for regarding them also the verse says, they know no satiation. So woe to who he does not know how to satiate his holy soul. For this reason a dog is called a shegel companion, on account of its lust for mishkol sexual intercourse, on account of its lust for mishkol sexual intercourse. But this is only if one has no need to fast but does so. Then a dog should eat his meal. However, one who has cause to fast should surely fast, and it is incumbent upon him to do so. This is why he is referred to as one who sits in a fast. For sitting implies something that does not change. He is not fasting to change / repent until here are the rebbe's words. Lesson number 51. Rebbe Kiva said, when you reach the pure marble stones, do not say water, water, for it is said, one who speaks falsehoods will not be established before me. Sheker, falsehood damages the eyes, both physically and spiritually, as in misakros, painted eyes. Misakros, painted eyes. When the eye is dim, they falsify, for they do not see the object as it is. For instance, they see a large object as a small one, or one as two, the opposite of the truth. Nanach, nachman, meuman. Nanach, nachman, meuman. Nanach, nachman, meuman.